You put shelter. Right where you just, food and then shelter. Yeah, right there. It's the top of the tops, man. Okay. I talk about my clothes all the time, bro. You talk about SNAP benefits. Okay, that's gone. No, I talk about my clothes all the time. I'm talking about SNAP benefits. That's gone. The $188 the average that people get. And now he has a house that's paid off. So he really doesn't have a note per se. You just have to carry I think he was talking about health insurance. Did he talk about home insurance also? He talked about home insurance and commercial. Yeah. So home insurance in Florida. Okay, home insurance in Florida. I know anecdotally because my ex-wife had moved to Florida for 10 years. And then she finally says, fuck it, I'm out. This state sucks. And plus her insurance is gone. She moved. Yes, but she moved. But listen, Anthony, do you know what my wife does? Who she is? She can afford to fucking move. Not everybody can. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
There's a middle ground. I'm sorry. There's a middle ground here, though. Why doesn't he get a home equity loan?
Okay, is the CEO, right? Let's say, for example, right, our solution was for him to get a home equity loan, and
this is a total waste of time.
Let's say the rates keep spiraling up. We've put the noose tighter around his neck potentially. All right, CEO. The thing that's not going to increase is his income. All right, whether or not he's disabled or he's on a fixed income because of retirement. That variable is not going to change. It's not that he's going to get an extra job and work his way out of the situation. There's people that do reverse mortgages on their houses. There's some people that you're in the matrix. You're in the matrix, CEO.
Yeah. Matrix. Out of 150,000, I think that's
you're in the matrix. You need to improve that Delaware Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Still? Am I still?
No, you're out the matrix now, brother.
Okay.
He is the father of inflicted to the self by the self. That every world must be closed. Words like if such a thing was true, then you're completely negating the opposite of
So Magnus, with all due respect, the problem is you don't know the history of this region in those years.
No, I don't. I just do. That's why I'm saying to you in support.
It's
going to take me a few hours. I am too smart. I have a master's degree, and I've done 10 years of university. This is to read the history of a nation. To read the history of a nation is like drinking water for me. It refused to be on it.
Elaborate. Which Florida statement?
They are responsible for their own suffering. How many times?
So if you read the
coordinator, the biggest coordinator.
You want the U.S. Okay. Edward, you want the U.S. You lose your right to go to Palestine. You've lost your right. That's essential.
Under your law, but we don't follow your law.
No. I apply dual logic, right?
No, you're not.
Once you're Jewish, you go away from
you have
the right to go back.
When is your
claim to be Palestinian, you will never see Palestine. And we're sorry.
Sorry. When I say that I'm...
Well, there ain't no sense to that, bro. That don't even make no damn sense, bro.
Exactly.
Like, when I take my edible out, the best of week, Mike. Thank you.
Same.
Okay, this is Johnny Kitover petitions at Illinois Election Commission, Illinois 16. I am about to proofread all the petitions, 117 sheets. So, anyways, but we're fully notarized. I just have to proofread, make corrections. Man.
When a bird gets free, it does not go back. For remnants left on the bottom of the cave. I am somewhere lost in the wind, To know the self as the only reality, and all else as temporal and transient as freedom, peace, and joy. It is all very simple, as it is will also show you your own face. The thought I am is the polishing cloth. The thought I am is the polishing cloth. Use it. When you shift your identity from your self-image to your true self, you will find happiness that no one can take away from you. Remember, freedom is not attained, especially by someone. Stick with the basics. Awareness is naturally detached because it is the unchanging background of all appearances, yet it is certainly not illusion. Happens is only the control over that land away from the indigenous population, people of them. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, we're on a road trip.
Wow. Trains, planes, and automobiles. Changes in the air.
Yep, changes in the air.
Oh,
My
man.
dad's, I'm taking a break. I was finished at Purdue. My mom's driving my Jeep, and my dad's driving the U-Haul while I eat Panera bread.
Quality is just like terrible. Oh, work
It
is
was
paid for?
fast. It was fast and better than McDonald's. Healthier than McDonald's.
Oh.
You'd rather have McDonald's?
Well, every 100 miles, make sure you go out and do at least 10 push-ups. Huh?
Every 100 miles.
So the apartment's all emptied out, huh? Bon voyage. Farewell, Chicago. See you later, suckers.
That's right.
Moving on to bigger, better things. You're going to take over Nashville within like a year.
Dirk Williams. Hey, John.
Hey, Dr. Gruber, how are you?
Oh, good, John. I have to thank you, John. I have to thank you in a big way. Do you know why?
Because you know your YouTube account blew up?
I didn't know I hit 100,000. I had no idea. So now I have that beautiful plaque in my office.
Wow.
So thank you.
Well, you did it. You know, you're the genius behind the movement.
Thank you. Wait, I'm driving a U-Haul, and I'm trying not to die. So give me a second here. I'm going to Indianapolis right now. It says making a right at the light, so that's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Chicago can wait. Who cares about Chicago? It'll always be here, and it's nothing but a windy city. So, you know.
We can always go back. You know, we can always go back.
You can. Geographic proximity doesn't mean anything, but if everybody is happy, healthy, wealthy, having fun, I mean, you know, what more could you ask for?
That's right. That's right. So, anyway, how have you been?
I'm doing good. I got to go through these petitions and put in some final edits.
I want to just stop. I can't hear you. Unfortunately, because of the action of this truck, I can't make out what you're saying.
I'm just
I'll call you on our next break.
Okay, no worries. Drive safe. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Is it a crime? Do-do-do, do-do-do. Is it a crime? Do-do-do. That's me singing Sade. Trying to see if I can finagle my friend to go to Springfield with me.
Hi, this is Scott. I can't take you right now, but if you need.
Jewish coat up on yourself. Look at me, I'm a coat hanger.
No, I look at Jews and Muslims as being like a few floors below me. So I just don't really amazing.
Ribbit. I don't know. You called me an F word the other day, so I'm still a little salty. Sorry.
What is the F word? Faggot?
Yeah, he called me an F word the other day.
What is the F word? Faggot?
Yeah, he called me an F word the other day.
Is that the F word? Really? Faggot?
And N word, yep.
I don't say it either.
That's why if you combine the two.
No, but I don't see the faggot word.
Like a cigarette
in the sense.
okay.
Wait, let me go. No. Let me take my phone outside, look at a bundle of sticks, and I'll say faggots. Hold on, 1 second.
From the terrace?
Well, when I was getting my petitions notarized, I walked past a tree the other day, and there were a bunch of little sticks all piled up. I said, "Oh my God, there's a bunch of faggots."
Yeah, a puto is just it means a bunch of things.
Yeah, well, Daniel, do I hurt your feelings if I say the word faggot in front of you?
It upsets me as much as when you're called a cunt.
Faggot.
Here you go.
Hey, what's going on?
Pepe. Are you Mexican?
No. I guess at the end it's because everybody on the black side of the app said, "You're not a real white person. You're just a fake white Mexican."
He's a friend. Hold on. Daniel, what? Guess at the end what?
I think it depends on if you see like guys smoking outside a gay bar and then you say, "You disgusting faggots are going to hell," that's like kind of being
no.
That's way different.
I can't see any way.
It would be as offensive if you say it without the word faggot, by the way.
I think that's a very nice word.
I think so too. In fact, whenever there is a new person in my room, I would always ask, "Who is this faggot?" And then
Exactly.
I would they get either if they get offended, it's like, well, they're just faggots.
Yeah, it's okay. Like Merry Christmas,
No,
you know how like Randy.
If they don't get offended and they play along, I'm like, oh, you're kind of cool. And then, well, yeah.
See, Issa, the problem with that is some F word might hear you say that and then clip you and put your legal name on YouTube. I'm not doing that, by the way, but somebody could do that. And that would be a real F word move that could get you, like once it's on YouTube, yeah, you can take it down if it's got your name. But anyways, I'm just saying it's annoying.
Listen,
it's okay.
I don't get it. Is it illegal?
It's not that bad, so
No, it's just for employment reasons, friend reasons. If that's attached to your name on a Google search.
Ethnic group. I'm being honest. You guys are the most.
How many Jews do you know?
Based on what? Several. Based on what are you saying this?
Offensive in America, it's the Jews' fault, right?
No, I'm saying like you guys will. If somebody says kike, you'll be like. Again about American Jews and not about like America. You have a very American point of view.
Well, that's the only Jews I can talk about.
These are the 4 letters you can't use. FCKN. Fucking. You can't do fucking.
It's funny that you say, well, when I say to Jews a slur word for Jews, they get a.
Use the N-word, Pepe, and watch how offended people get.
Yes, so if you say nigger or kike, those are 2 words where you get the backlash. Where it's like, I can joke.
Somebody
and call
notify the
pizza
CEO
a dirty
of Google
beaner.
Sundar Pichai.
Shut up, John. I can call
No,
like
to
pizza
Lisa,
a dirty beaner. Well, I can call them beaners and I can call them spits, and they generally are not that offended.
Pepe, what's the last book you read?
Kama Sutra.
Ooh, what did you learn?
How to fuck your mom on a yoga mat.
Ooh, what did my mom say to you as you were fantasizing effing my mother on a yoga mat?
I don't know.
I can text my mom or call her right now if you like. We can see what she says. You know, she'll eat you up in like a, you know, she'll put you in a peanut where you belong, like a little mouse that you are.
Wow.
Be careful what you wish for, Pepe. You might just get it. So, Pepe, I wanted to ask you a question. Did you watch the Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson interview?
Oh, I want to go watch that. I'm going to go watch that tonight.
What did you, what was your takeaway analysis?
It was not anything, wasn't really interesting, to be honest. It was more Tucker Carlson asking about Nick Fuentes' history and getting some of his opinions. Of course, Nick Fuentes is on his best behavior. So, I mean, I didn't hear any new perspectives from him or anything I didn't already kind of know about him.
Why do you think he says that his idea of racial supremacy he learned from Mark Levin? Like, what does he mean by that?
Did he say that?
Did you watch the
I
interview?
don't think he said. Yeah, I don't think he said he got racial supremacy. I think he talked. There was a few things he talked about with Mark Levin, and he mentioned something about how he like treats his super chats, the people who ask him questions. Levin was, I guess, back in the day, I never really watched him much, would kind of berate his own audience.
So I guess the other question is, you know, since you spend so much time thinking and talking about Jews and Israel and black people and beaners and all the other stupid things that come out of your low IQ mouth, I'm just wondering, have you ever heard anything intelligent in your entire life?
Yes, I have.
What?
I mean, out of the millions of things I've heard, I don't know what else to. I mean, every time every day when you're in school as a young one, you learn something.
Every day as a young one and in school, you learn something.
Yes.
When you speak, Pepe, do you think you gasp a lot? You think is that like your filler sound?
Maybe.
I'm starting to have the point of you learn something new every day in school, right? So there was a Nobel Prize winner, Isidore Rabi, who was asked, how did you get to become such a great scientist? And kids' mothers would ask them, what did you learn in school today? My mother would ask, did you ask any good questions today?
Interesting.
Caleb, so what do you think about Netanyahu pounding Hamas really hard and taking out 100 of them in the past 24 hours? What do you think about that, Caleb?
I think if Hamas is going to fuck around, they're going to find out. And, like, give us the bodies back and give us your weapons. Let's move on to stage 2. It's a ceasefire. Let's do this already.
Yeah, what was up with that? Like burying, digging up, then burying again. Like
3 times.
Can the
Like,
Hamas?
just giving
Yeah.
parts of it.
Can't they get their shit together and get organized and wrap this up?
They're deceptive. They don't want to. They need time to regroup.
Oh, what a waste of time. Do you remember when Joe Biden tried to build a pier in Gaza? And it floated away. Bye-bye.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember Joe Biden's pier to deliver aid to the Gazans? It floated off.
No, I didn't. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's real.
Joe Biden building a pier and it just went away.
Yeah, it's like a floating pier.
I didn't know.
Just like Joe Biden, he just disappeared. Bye-bye. Now he's getting prostate cancer treatments.
How? Why did it float away?
They couldn't securely. You know how hard it is to actually secure something to the beach?
Yeah, but it's supposedly done by the U.S.
Well, it's not like a normal pier. It's basically they're floating. They're supposed to stay floating on the water. It's not. They're not really anchored to anything. They're going to be attached to something.
They'd have to do a huge drilling operation and plant some giant concrete slabs and steel. Like it's just the water just carried it away. Just meaning that it was like all bullshit. It's like a joke. It's like,
Google this. It sounds super funny, actually.
And the fact is, the U.S. probably just didn't want to use it, and the Israelis probably didn't want them using it either, and it just disappeared. Bye bye.
Biden Gaza pier. The U.S. military cost estimate to pier and operated for 90 days was $320 million.
Woohoo! $320 million for the pier to nowhere. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! $320 million. Oh my god! $1 million a day, at least.
Let's see what went wrong with the U.S. floating pier. Let's see. The pier build, it broke apart early on. Okay, here.
Think of how much money you save because it broke down. Every day that it would stay will cost you $1 million.
Yeah. No, this is $230 million. I don't understand what you're saying.
How many days was it active?
Oh, I don't know. So I am starting to read. I didn't even know about this. Oh, this is a transcript of something. Let me get that. Oh my god, it also injured troops.
I'm leaving in a few for an episode.
Jesus Christ. It says more than 60 service members were injured as a part of former President Joe Biden's floating aid pier in Gaza. A Pentagon Inspector General report published on Tuesday said a number significantly higher than had previously been disclosed. So not only it cost like $320 million, but he hurt 60 service members.
You get disability. You get disability. You get disability. You get disability. You all get disability.
Was he supposed to? Was it wrong for them to try to build a pier?
I don't know. It was definitely a failure.
Pretty intense operation. I mean, for fuck's sake, you can't just bring food through Egypt, through Saudi Arabia, through air. I mean, like, there's a million ways to get supplies in there. You got to build a fucking pier. What a waste of money and time.
While there were no deaths or no direct attacks on the pier, the Pentagon had said 3 U.S. troops suffered non-combat injuries in support of the pier in May, with one medically evacuated in critical condition.
I just want to know, Pepe, what would it take to make you a Zionist? Like, how could you verbally, mentally, finally just...
Zionist, you dumb faggot. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, Zionists don't call other people F words. Zionists are gentlemen. You don't use that type of profanity as a Zionist. Sorry, I'll have to introduce you to some more Zionists so you can learn proper protocol and communication as a Zionist. Anne, welcome. How's things going? How's your new job in mortgages?
Really great. Really great. Thank you.
Great news. So glad to hear it. I can't wait till you get your first check, your first commission. Maybe you can go to Jonathan Bing's room and co-host a room with him for like endless hours talking about mortgages.
You know, he actually did call me.
What did he say?
No, he was doing some mortgage class so people could be like independently work on their own, where they don't have to work for a mortgage company or a real estate company to like do their own business. But the class was like $10,000, and I'm like, I don't. And like, I guess with it you get like leads and everything.
Jesus, what a scam!
And I was like, no, I'm good.
Give us $10,000 and maybe you can make like $200,000 this year, man.
Yeah.
Suck a bone every minute.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Who the patsy? Okie doke.
Oh my god, it sounds like him. So Amir is converting people to Zionism. Is Buttercup too? Or
Yeah, so far. I think one poly at a time.
you know,
Yeah.
listening to Buttercup, Isa, I don't know if now forgive me if this is like a friendly of your guys', but to me she gaslights all of the Jews on the app. I feel like she completely gaslights whenever I hear her talk. She's always saying things that are like stirring things up. I have a hard time to believe that she's really a Zionist.
What makes you believe that?
Well, we've confirmed that she's a catfish, and generally catfish have no problem getting their blood pressure, popping. So that's what happens.
What makes you believe that, Em?
By the things that she does on here.
Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, Daniel, is he gonna like yell at me?
Sorry.
She's manipulative, and yes, she's like very anti-Israel, like only anti-Israel, and that's her only agenda here.
Daniel, if you were...
It would be a bit gaslighting when you kind of talk to her about something and she would be, like her reply would be Netanyahu, the IDF, the government, whatever. It's very disingenuous with her.
Can I ask you a question though, Daniel? Like I'm sure you know who Rabbi Shmuley is.
Yeah.
There was like and I have...
Like on Twitter, I know who it is.
Yeah. And I was actually in Twitter space like maybe a year and a half ago. There was an Orthodox guy. He wasn't part of that. I forget what the name of it is. I think it starts with a K. It's not one of those anti-Zionist ones. But he was talking about like going through history of Zionism and how they tried to push it. Zionist Jews tried to push it on other Jews in Germany and yada yada. But I would listen to them, and I can't say that like they were. How do I put it? I don't. It seemed like they were making a lot of value judgments that I couldn't really say they were necessarily wrong. They were very critical of Israel, but they didn't come off as hateful. And I like. Do you think that there are Jews or Israelis even that kind of are very critical and even skeptical of Zionism?
Yes, I mean, we have, it's not necessarily hate, it promotes it unknowingly, because it usually based on wrong information or like half information. I don't think it's necessarily that they hate or they like anti-Zionist. I don't think Barakat hates. I think she's very much misinformed.
But Pepe, for Israelis who criticize their government, they're doing what you do in democracies. They don't hate their country. They're doing, right? They might not call themselves Zionists, but that's probably because Zionism did what it did. It made the state. Now we have a state. So now let's sustain the state, right? But they're not hateful. They're criticizing their government as one does in a democracy.
Caleb, what do you think is more intelligent, the heart or the brain?
Intelligent? What kind of intelligence?
Meaning that the brain is so stupid it speaks, but the heart can't speak. So it's the superior intelligence. So it's like intuition in a way.
Right, so I'll tell you like this. The brain is a liar because it doesn't care about our emotions are not clear talkers. So you have to pause. The brain is a clear talker. Your heart is not a clear talker. But to get to the truth of the heart, you have to investigate a little bit more. You don't have to do that with the things the brain beams onto your screen, right? So I think you're onto something there a little bit. The heart is closer to essential, and the brain is about surface stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I can see, how people on this app think that they're speaking with their heart, but they're far from it. I don't know. It's just politic. It's all politic. Pepe does his politic. Buttercup does her politic. Issa does her politic. You do your politic. I do my politic. Everybody's just doing politic, or essentially.
Everything is politics.
Right. So the expression "you are the sky," everything else is just the weather, is what's really happening. And so this app is just a bunch of words, but no action, no motion. So is it just a milieu of neurotic people?
Well, what you said before about it's no motion, that's compelling, right? Because we've been just rolling on the same turf for years and years, right? We're betraying our own physics. Let's badmouth other people and talk about that. That's more fun.
I like boxing with Pepe, but not being in the ring with him.
Fair enough.
I like recording Pepe, but not listening to him.
Wouldn't it be amazing if you actually got to the people who run the internet and you're like, give me every voice recording you have of me from anywhere. And what did you actually say? Wouldn't it be interesting to know what you actually sound like when you're out there?
Well, I just today I put another 100 videos up on YouTube of me reading Enlightenment quotes, and I mean that's what I sound like. I mean, I could play for you the best of Pepe, and if Pepe were to listen to it, he'd be like, you know what, Ribbit, maybe I am wasting my fucking time. Ribbit.
Remember that scene in Wayne's World where Garth is snooping around Benjamin's house and he finds a box of condoms and it says ribbed for her pleasure and he goes, ew. That movie is still very funny. Holds up.
I saw two people dressed up as from Wayne's World. I said, where are you from? Peoria? They said, no, Aurora.
Aurora? Yeah, Aurora. How could you get that wrong?
Is anybody dressing up as anything this Friday, this Thursday, whatever, Saturday?
Nope.
But you're not putting any clothes on, huh?
No clothes. It's a no clothes Halloween for me.
A nudist, eh?
You don't celebrate Halloween? Is it also anti-Jewish to do that?
Wait, it falls on, what do you call it?
It's Friday night. Shabbat this year.
Yeah.
My kids go trick or treating, but I wouldn't say we celebrate anything. We're not. They go and get candy. Like, what's the big deal? It's candy.
Yeah, but is it not anti-Jewish? Like the whole kind of like witchy stuff?
Yeah, we're against witches. We don't like those witches.
Yeah, but like the whole concept of Halloween is not seen as like French and bad by Jews.
Yeah, I mean, mostly we don't think about it, and like the families that want to the families that are going to go do it don't care about the we hate witches part. But it's like Christmas, right? Like nobody celebrates Halloween as All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, no, but my question, I guess it's more like, so for example, in Christianity, there is some people, I'm not saying that it is across Christianity, but there is some claims, that say, oh, well, this is like worshiping not worshiping the devil, but like, yeah, this is like the occult, like everybody turning into monsters and witches and all of this stuff. Even if I don't agree with that, I can understand their point. So my question to you is, do you have something similar in Judaism, or this is like not applying to you?
No, there is. There's a commandment in the Torah, like not to go to like necromancers and diviners to like go tell the future and stuff like that. And what's it related to? It's all related to the idea of idol worship. If you ascribe power to some other entity than God, you're doing idol worship. So if you believe in like spirits and things, other things that do stuff, this is like a big violation.
And like sorcery and stuff, like
sorcery. That's the word.
The priest, my priest always talks about like the mother companies, and always brings up Harry Potter. Always. And how the kids should refrain from anything in the Harry Potter movies or books.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, I don't see Harry Potter as like heretic, Do you guys see Harry Potter as like anti-godly?
Well, it's sorcery.
No, it's fiction. Like, no.
Then what is their reasoning, Anne?
It's just, like idol worship and sorcery.
But like reading a story about a kid isn't idolatry. It's just a story, right? Like story of Alexander the Great. Just because kids grow up hearing legends of Alexander the Great doesn't mean that they're worshiping Alexander the Great.
I guess it's just, that's true. Like, and I can comprehend that as an adult. I guess more so that it's speaking to the children.
But do you do Santa Claus?
No. No.
Really?
See, now that's a real Christian.
I don't know why, but I doubt it.
No, I've always told my daughter what Christmas is about. And my daughter was always like, Mom, she's like, why do parents lie to their children about what Christmas is all about? It's not about Santa Claus. Why do people talk about the Easter Bunny when it's not about the Easter Bunny? She's like, I don't know why parents lie to their children.
Well, because if you think that, I don't know, I think it's going a little bit too far. Like, what movies does your girl watch then? only biographies and real history shit, or like because everything, all of that is like fantasy.
Yeah, but it's so crazy because like now when we watch, now I let her watch like the Disney movies and stuff, and she sees like through it all. Like Alice in Wonderland, she thinks that one is like very fascinating.
Yeah, but you see, you have a bunny there that talks.
Right. Like she see, but she's old enough to like and has like that discernment from God that she like.
Well, it has like more background to it. So I went and I looked in the Bible, and I read it, and the guys, the Jews, were like, that doesn't sound 100% accurate. So I do have a Tanakh, and I went and grabbed my Tanakh, and I read it there from the, let's say, original text, and it happened to be slightly different in the original book, you know? And then I realized that it was not only about adding more words and changing the sense to it, almost like trying to make sense, you know, of the link between Jesus and the Messiah, but also the use of capital letters. Like the Bible, you know, that they use capital letters when they're referring to God or Jesus or, well, God.
It's called a proper noun. It shows importance.
It's a proper noun, but
importante.
In how do you say, in small caps, in what do you say?
Like a little Jesus and a grande Jesus.
Lowercase.
Case, but capitalized letter, words. And so it just means that even when
it's like a higher level of consciousness or something.
Even when they're not necessarily telling you, we want you to believe this is God, this is the way that they have to, you know, like very subtly make you think that they're talking about God. So yeah, communication is hypnosis and everything is propaganda.
It's everything, all education, all information is propaganda.
And I do not want to be hypnotized by Pepe because it is such low IQ information that I don't want to be hypnotized by little Pepe.
I think that if you have enough information, if you have enough details about things, then it's harder to be hypnotized when you know enough things.
Well, regardless, it's still hypnosis because it's still suggestion. And if you spend 7 nights a week listening to Pepe, you know, get his account deleted and screaming about how his account is getting deleted, it's enough to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Pepe's little roast rooms.
The more people that have enough information, the better the world is.
That's true freedom. That's true freedom. But the problem is, if you're so smart, then nothing else to say. There's no more debate, really. Then you just have to admit it's for entertainment.
A lot of things are for entertainment.
This is a content. But the problem is this content here doesn't breed, or it's not the source of contentment, like David Bobadilla, with all due respect.
This about David Bobadilla.
Wow, with all due respect.
I don't know who David Bobadilla is.
Bobadilla?
He's the guy who throws strip club parties with cocaine. They fuck clubhouse girls in the buttholes. He doesn't do cocaine. Snorts blowout of buttholes from clubhouse. That's the kind of guy David is.
No.
That's what Abby says. That's what Queen Abby says.
Are you gonna trust what Abby says?
Coupon Fatty Abby. Never seen a picture. Well, she's not here. It's rude to talk about somebody who's not here. I'm just saying that, you know, Abby's a waste of time.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna take Clubhouse for like 2 weeks nonstop.
It's a waste of time. I did so many things while you guys are sitting here talking about nothing.
Good
Welcome to Issa's Friends, of people who are neurotic and talk about anything all day long, about anything.
3 years ago.
I was going to ask you if you were from the times, because I
yes, and it was very popular. I remember in Europe, we all just called with each other and talked about anything and everything. And I downloaded it just to see what's happening, and I don't know, it just drifted away.
John and Pepe, well, Pepe, I don't know, but I don't know Shy because I have met him. I didn't meet him until like a year ago, but I was here like 5 years ago, and I haven't even really gone away, fully. So, yeah, I have been around, and it has declined a lot. Like on the early months.
2041.
Yeah, invite only and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, everyone felt so special when you could join this platform. It was a good strategy for the clubhouse too.
Yeah. And now at the beginning, we used to have we were doing like COVID rooms and stuff, and we used to have like probably 1,500 people in a room, and that was like big.
Yeah.
And like Eric Weinstein, all of these guys coming in, and it was interesting.
It was huge. Yeah.
Now, I mean, like the let's say the most relevant rooms, like I hang out with the Bitcoiners, they're still around. And probably, I mean, like there's like 150 people or something like that in those rooms. They're fun rooms to be. And then, I don't know, like we've been making rooms smaller, probably at most, because other people want to listen to what we gotta say, but it's just like friendly conversation. And they're like about Israel and Palestine, or sometimes like philosophy fights, we have like about God and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has died.
I mean, it died. I was trying to find something in German because I'm from Germany, so.
Oh, nice.
I wasn't able to speak to anyone.
There are a few guys that have got German rooms.
I don't know. I wasn't able to find any.
They talk politics sometimes. I go in there and listen to them sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Where are you guys from? I assume America and...
I am in Switzerland. I'm from Guatemala, but I live in Switzerland.
Okay, nice. And Annie is probably American.
American, Pepe American, John American, Shy, Israel, and Aya, France.
France. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Well, and where did you hang out when you were around?
It was pretty much every topic, because everyone was on this platform, and the people who weren't on personally, they were spending so much time on this platform. It was incredible, and I think the timing was also perfect because we all had to stay at home because of COVID, so we were just like talking to each other. It was a good time because I got to meet a lot of people that I speak to daily to this day. So
yeah, I have made good friends here as well.
Yeah, nice.
Well, you should. I mean, like, you should try to come every once in a while. Sometimes we have really good discussions going on.
We don't have good discussions. Just think we're having good discussions. It's not true, Tim. Run for the fucking hills. Delete the app and run. Don't let this catfish fool you and put you in her web of despair. Run for your life, Tim.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, right now, for example, are you into like the Palestine-Israel topic?
I don't really like to, say my opinion on it, because every time I did, I either lost friends or I made friends, and vice versa. So it's just my personal perspective that I don't like to discuss politics. The only reason why I stayed here because I heard fucking English. Thank you. Because everyone is speaking some, I don't even know. So I came in and I heard Annie speak, so I was like, okay, thank God.
Finally. You know her from.
You have it's really weird because you have an American accent.
Because I also work in the U.S. with my cousin for like 6 months. I used to have like British accent, but I completely dropped it when I worked in the U.S. because it was just so much easier to speak this way. And we all kind of got angry at the UK when they left the EU because
Still some originals in this app, but they don't necessarily hang out in the normal rooms. Like they've changed their names, you know.
4.5 years.
Some of them are still around, but they renewed their accounts. So right now their following is like 50 or 10 or 100 or something like that.
Okay.
And they're only hanging out in sort of like quote unquote secret rooms where no one comes in and they just kind of have like a good discussion. So there are like a few of those rooms, and so you can still get to interact with some of the people that were like, I don't know, like actually opening rooms and being political and all of that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get to see them in like the normal rooms, or maybe if they're like in the audience, not really participating.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex. Participating.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex. Yeah, but at this point, it's like the people remaining in Clubhouse. We almost all of us know each other. You know, like even if you're not friends with them, you know of them, and it has become like a house. And so this is that group, that type of group, that is that type of group. These are the trolls, these are the conservatives, those are the Jews, those are the Palis, those are, so it's like there are clusters.
Yeah. How would you describe yourself? Because I see that Annie has.
If I'm in the retarded rooms with the trolls, just like being
I thought
stupid.
you said we're.
What?
I thought you said that because Simon just came in here.
Oh, no. Well,
Who's
no,
Simon?
coincidence.
Who is
Yeah,
Simon?
Simon is like my retarded child.
So he's one of the trolls?
No, he's one of the retards.
Oh. Simon, everybody loves you in this group, I guess.
I was trying to give him away today for free, but nobody would come in the room. Oh, he left.
He said that, but we know he doesn't believe in, like, you can't give away if it's not your property. You have to own him first, and then you can give him.
Yeah, I own him. He is my retarded child. And after our 3-hour conversation about objectivism and talking about the epistemology of how we arrived to the question of God, I don't know, like I couldn't stand the sweat anymore in my face, and I had to leave it, and I was giving him away, and nobody, the room was empty. Nobody wanted to claim him. And that was the title of the room, like, I'm giving Simon away for free. Who wants it?
I think he just got sad and left.
Nah. He's the most
You're foisting Simon.
unemotional person you will ever meet.
You're foisting Simon on other people. You're a foister. Listening to goo from, the excrements of a snail crawling across the floor. I mean, there's nothing there. There's nothing there that's very intelligent. Let's talk about the economic situation of land ownership and when the government appropriates land and takes the housing and homeowner property rights and what is capitalism and Austrian economics and blah, 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 blah.
No, he never talks about Austrian economics. I wish that he would speak about Austrian economics. All he knows is Ayn Rand and objectivism. That's his whole shtick.
Anyways, I can't talk loud because my girlfriend is
it's his
sleeping in the
religion.
other room.
Well, look at me, because I know everything about philosophy, and I sound like a fucking retard when I want to make a point about someone that I don't really care about. That's what you sound like, bro. Shut your fucking mouth.
Listen, Simon, when I heard that you were Canadian the other day, everything made sense to me. And the truest saying is, if you understand all, you can forgive all. So I forgive you, Simon.
So, and Tim, you have here John Kitover. He owns about 30 phones, with 30 different accounts on Clubhouse. And he goes to every room and he streams the room on Instagram, on YouTube, and on other rooms. And that is what he does. That's how he has spent his whole time here on Clubhouse for 5 years.
Nice.
He has got the biggest library of recordings. Everybody hates him. Everybody blocks him. Everybody kicks him out of rooms. But he's still here.
Yeah.
You have to admire the dedication. That's pretty. Like, at least we can respect that.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Running for Congress.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it my life's mission, but there's no downside to doing this right now. I mean, professionally, I think an employer would be a little annoyed if they realized how much time I've spent doing this. But what blows my mind is people who do have jobs, who work for major corporations, are here 50 hours a week talking, and I'm recording them. And running for Congress has been amazing because I have been attacked by people on this app, professionally, but it's just all so stupid. Once you learn philosophy, you realize that saying that how did that fish get on that wall there? It opened its mouth. People here are doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. I think that's the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you do, Tim?
What do I do?
Don't be too explicit because people will use it against you. Just let us know, like, an idea of what you do.
For a living?
Yeah.
So basically, I import tires from China to Europe.
Oh, that's nice.
But that has changed recently because European Union has applied tariffs on China, specifically on tires. So everybody is moving the production facilities outside of China. In our case, it's Cambodia. So right now it's pretty chaotic time for the market, but in 6 months' time, I think it will be more stable. So yeah, but it's a chill job. I work from home. I love it, and I also play instruments as a hobby.
Which ones? Alan, that just he is a pianist.
Yes, I play piano the most, but I can play drums as well. Yeah.
What do you call a drummer without a girlfriend?
I have no idea.
Homeless.
That's a super bad joke, Alan.
Well.
Sorry, nothing against you, Tim. I just heard the word drummer and couldn't resist. That's all.
It's okay. It's okay.
Alan is a little. Are you a boomer, Alan?
I never thought of myself as one, but technically, yes, I am.
Where are you from, Alan?
I currently reside in Massachusetts. Excuse me, from California, but from Massachusetts.
But weren't you born in
No, I'm born in the United States.
Oh, but you are what's the name? Armenian, yeah.
Third generation. My grandparents were immigrants.
I have a very good Armenian friend. He gave me a bottle of like nice cognac. Can it be?
Cognac? Yeah.
Alan, how would you?
Alan, why does everyone think you're a boomer?
Alan, how would you rate your time? How would you rate your time on this app, Alan? Has this app helped you, Alan? Have you wasted your time? Have you learned anything? Because I don't think you've learned anything from this app, have you, Alan?
Well, that's a very good question, John. There have been, overall, I would say it's negative. I actually, no, and I don't. And when I left the app, it was because I was not setting a good example for my family at the time. And I felt that I can't be telling them to get off of social media when I'm sitting here yelling at people, yelling at my phone. So therefore, I got off the app. That is less of a consideration.
And why did you come back then?
Because every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. Some of you will know that reference.
Yeah, I know.
Alan, how much more racist did you become after being on this app?
Well, I did not become more racist. What I became was disappointed, number one. Number two, if by racist you mean calling out facts, then yeah, one would say I'm racist. But my whole approach is, you cannot solve a problem if you can't even dispassionately discuss that the problem exists and what the parameters of a problem are. So that is my approach. My other approach is, when it comes to a specific minority group that has been traditionally marginalized in the United States through systematic laws and social policies that have oppressed them in ways that we should all be ashamed of. Is if the so-called, well, I won't use his words since they're now considered racist, but if the black man and the white man can sit down and throw at me, I understand, because I'm throwing shade at them, and I don't get offended by it. Because Malcolm X says we should not get offended if we're talking to each other. I'll end there. Thank you. But to answer your question, John, yeah, it's been largely negative, but I have learned how to research and look at political things in a different way that I didn't know before I joined Clubhouse.
All right. So,
well, Alan, do you think this would qualify as learning something? That when you have all these conversations with so many different people across so many different spectrums, it's ludicrous to road rage or get angry with somebody you're talking to, especially if they censor you or they interrupt you.
No, I think road raging is an appropriate response, and I think we should all learn.
But you do it all the time, Alan. You get upset very frequently, and you start yelling like crazy.
And that is true, because it is not in my nature. But you do know that in contentious rooms, people, not me, I've never done it, interrupt and overspeak, and sometimes you have to fight just to be heard. And that once you get into this cycle of nobody's listening, I can't get a word in, they keep interrupting me, oh my God, when am I going to get us to speak? I've been here 30 minutes, and then you get into that loop. But yes, having made that excuse, John, you are correct. Displaying emotion at people who are convinced of their own perspective is pointless. And that is a wise thing to remember.
But that's the thing. I mean, like, you guys come into conversations trying to convince the other person to think like you. And sometimes you don't need, I mean, you know that it's mostly true that here on Clubhouse, you're never going to convince someone of the opposite that they think. But we all gathered here because we all try to kind of like understand, oh, well, at least that's kind of like what I think. I'm trying to understand where people are coming from. I know that I'm not going to change their thinking. I'm trying to either, I don't know, stimulate my thinking or confirm my thinking or change my thinking. But I don't try to change other person's thinking.
Well, see, the difference is, Isa, is that in my mind, I've convinced everyone of the way I think is correct. So I'm always successful. That's the beauty of delusion.
You're never successful.
Well, I think when we look back at the history of Clubhouse, it became big during the pandemic, and we were all stuck at home, or at least most of us were, and we were all first of all, whether we want to admit it or not, we were all scared because whether you believed it or not, there was still a part of all of us that understood that, yeah, people were dying and there was this thing out there and there was no cure, et cetera, et cetera. This is not an open to a discussion.
Alan, how could people feel that way, though, when they saw the illegal alien invaders pouring over by the hundreds of thousands and the BLM riots by the hundreds of thousands? Everybody knew COVID-19 was a joke.
Well,
everybody was on the same train. And there were two factions, people that really were scared about the virus and people that would think it was a hoax.
Yeah, but I tried to address that when I said that, or let me put it this way, whether or not you believed it, there was this thing in the ether that was making everybody scared. Compound that with the fact that we're all stuck at home and feel like we've been neutered from doing even the basic human contact, and now there's this app where we can talk to each other, and it went from, let's talk about NFTs and Bitcoin. Suddenly people started saying, hey, we can also talk, when they changed the rules, because the rules were much more harsh in the beginning.
Land your plane.
Thank you. It became this thing where, oh my God, all of this stuff is happening and it will affect who gets elected. And we had this false belief that we could actually change people's minds.
Hey, Daniel, I want to introduce you. We have a new friend. His name is Tim. He seems cool. He is in Germany.
Hello, Tim from Germany.
Hello. Hi.
Willkommen.
So you all know each other?
Yes. That's what I was explaining to him. Like, even if we don't, because all of us are from different...
She is.
Yeah. All of us are from different parts of Clubhouse. So,
we have all spent many days together, cumulatively.
We all hang out in different parts of Clubhouse, but sometimes we come together in certain rooms. And a lot of those times, it's like the rooms that I open.
Yeah, Isa is the chief organizer.
Sometimes you make fun of Simon, too.
I'm the chief organizer, as he says. And so sometimes in my rooms, because you see, one corner is Bitcoin, Clubhouse, another corner is Israel and Palestine, another corner is just conservative and politics, Clubhouse, another corner is social, another corner is like troll and retard, Clubhouse. And so I kind of like have been in all of this, and some.
Man, I'm start respecting that I say I don't respect. Fucking stupid bitch. Okay, do you get acknowledgement from the Zionists? Yes. Yes. You said this earlier. Yeah, but like I asked you to point out something I said so far today that was wrong. You can't do it because. Okay. I asked you.
I got kicked from a room full of clowns. I got kicked from a room full of clowns.
I got kicked from a room full of clowns. I got kicked from a room full of clowns. I got kicked from a room full of clowns. It's a clown town. I got kicked from a room full of clowns, full of clowns. I got kicked from... Okay, this is I got kicked from a room full of clowns. This is John. It's my best song I've ever created. I think I know who's going to show up to this room. I'm going to use my telepathic powers here to predict, too. I'm going to put it on another phone, and we will see if it manifests. Let's see here. Okay, we just texted Abby. Let's see if Abby shows up. I kicked from a room full of clowns, full of clowns. I got kicked from a room full of clowns, full of clowns, full of clowns. Oh, hi, China. I just got kicked from a room full of clowns. Have you ever been kicked from a room full of clowns, China?
Okay, so I just want people to know, like I asked them to point out something.
I got kicked from a room full of clowns.
See, almost every day we'll get another check.
Full of clowns.
The eye does not at all exist. It's its own reality. We live in illusion and the appearance of things. There is a reality. We are that reality. When you understand this, you see that you are nothing.
Most of us are seeing this in our sense.
It's real. Then real.
I got kicked from a room full of clowns, full of clowns. I got kicked from a room full of clowns, full of clowns. I got kicked from a room.
That's all we're talking about here. This whole thing is as simple as this. All that's in the way of awakening is a false idea. It really is. It's a pretense which you've been conditioned to believe. And when the idea that you are 2 drops away, it is the idea that you are 2 drops away. Nothing else. When the ego is dead, but the moment you sit, like separate from anything, well, you are at this place. That freedom, there is a woman is the
భారతదేశానికి డబ్బును పంపండి మీ ప్రియమైన వారు ఇష్టపడే విధంగా రెమిట్మెంట్
Shivaya,